Now, as we look at the findings, resolutions, and possible state of affairs of the death of Mohbad, is Joseph Aloba, father of the late Afropop star Mohbad, and Aziz Ulurin, who is a friend of the family. Gentlemen, good morning, and thank you for coming to the morning show. Wow, sir. Long story. First, Mr. Aloba, we commiserate with you on the loss of your son. Our condolences. We have followed the story, and it's good to have you on this program. Now, before we talk about they cannot trace anything, there's also the issue between you and your son's wife, issues about DNA, whether the son is legitimately an Aloba or not. I mean, all of that crisis, and people expressing concern about you even going to fight over your son's property, wearing his clothes, and all of that. Okay, you are here with us. You have an opportunity to address some of these issues. And after you, Mr. Lune, we would like to hear your perspective. As in law, they will call you amicus curiae, a friend of the court. So you give us your amicus curiae, witness position in this matter. Mr. Aloba, we start with you.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Joseph Aloba, the father to the late Mohbad. On the 12th of September, the mother to the late Mohbad called me. It was around 4 o'clock. And when I just heard that call, I was surprised. Say my son is at his hospital, that they need my attention there. And we now decided we should go together. I was at the bus stop, he just left me. So when I reached where the boat is, we go together. On our way going, there's a lot of calls coming into her call. I've been hearing conversation that now it's at the hospital, that we should move them to Oshapa, London, which is the bus stop linked to the hospital. On getting there, we make a call again, and they said we should go back home, that the boy is responsible to the treatment, that we don't need of coming. I was shocked, and I collected the phone from her. I was talking, said, Daddy, you are there, and let everything be, I should be going back home. And I see a lot of the way you are recalling the mother since. So I decided to go and see his house. But that very day, there's a lot of go-slow on the road, so we didn't reach there in time. It was around 9:30 to 10 that I could be there, and I met a lot of people gathering together. I was shocked. I decided to go and to enter, because we normally meet at one point at near to his room. So that is where I first go. But on getting there, I made a soak blood. So with blood, it's white, but this thing was still all over. I saw that. From there was a guy working with him. They called him last time. He's the one that come and tell him, Daddy, come here, come and see where the body is. When I come in and I met the body, it was already a man. I don't know what to do. I was shocked. My first question is to his wife, what happened? How come? Because whenever they have issues, they normally call me. But since all these things happen, no response, nobody called me. And he said, Daddy, it was nurse that gave injection. He even said I should take the body to my native town. I should go and do some ritual something there. I said, well, I'm a pastor. And I said, okay, let us call ambulance. Let's come to the police station, which we go together that night. On getting there, they delay us for complete 3 hours. I was there discussing, and they gave me a paper. I said they should write on my behalf. I dictate to them, this is my son, this is what happened. And after that, somebody just came from our own office and said they should not grant me the invitation. They should not give me any paper, police report. And I said, why? This is what I've been waiting for over 3 hours. And he asked me a question that, when this event happened, where did I go? Where did you report? Which is the nearest station did you report to? I tried to explain myself that I'm a stranger outside. I didn't know anywhere, and I wasn't there.
Mr. Aloba, sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, sir.
If you can just deal with the specific issues.
Okay.
Why did you bury him early? The autopsy report. When are you going to bury him again properly? What is the issue with Wunmi, his wife? Why are you worried? About DNA.
The intention is to keep the body at this mob, but there's no document. The police did not give me any police report. At the same time, I also know that the doctor report, the doctor statement to give the body to the mob was with our wife, and they did not present it to me. So when I reached mob, they now said, they asked me that two questions, that where is the police report, why is the doctor report? I was unable to present any. So there's nothing for me to do that night. Okay, that what happened about that.
I bet what of DNA?
The DNA.
What of your quarrel with the wife?
The DNA issue.
And quarrel over property.
Thank God for the corona. A lot of things have been hidden. I didn't know anything. But when we now begin narrate a story at the corona, that's where I hear from the wife of the deceased said the placenta wasn't given to me, says it's then I'll be quarrel with her. And I did not put mine on all those kind of something. But from there, I now detected that there is something behind that.
Who didn't give the placenta to her?
I with what I saw, I didn't know. They give to the right owner.
So have they done a proper DNA matching for the father and the child?
No. There's nothing like that.
What's happening between you and the king? Why are you defaming him?
See, I did not. Because when my son was alive, we have a conversation with each other, which is mentioned that someone has also please have been threatening him continuously whenever he wanted to have show. So when the night told me that, and I said, okay, if you don't have outside, you're supposed to have in. You come back to Ikorodu. Let us make an arrangement to meet Ikorodu king so that maybe they can call the other side into order. Then I even report to there's somebody we call chief near our community there. I narrated the whole story. And I said we should be expecting the
whole case looks somehow shady. Let me start on the petitioner. Well, what brought about the petition? Because Baba is not the first person that will be petitioned. We still have like 2 or 3 of people clamoring for justice who are still in correctional center now. There is a petition that is flying around in which it was established, even with video evidences, that this boy was bullied. Because when a case like this happens, you have to investigate everywhere. The house, what happened to him 24 hours before, 48 hours before, even 6 months before, which could have an effect to taking away his life. So there was a petition that the boy wrote to Alagbonzo. Now, he mentioned certain names. And anyone that wants to speak concerning the petition will read out those names mentioned. So in mentioning that name, I think that is the name where...
Which name? Which name? Be specific.
Well, if I'm to be specific, because there is freedom of speech, but freedom of speech may not be guaranteed.
No,
Sam Larry was there, we have Obele, we have their names. And in that petition written by Mohbad, he said these people keep bullying me, beating me around. And whenever they beat him, they say it's at the instant of Obelegushi. That
Obelegushi has already issued a statement saying that Sam Larry is not a member of his family. He has no association with him. So how is that still an issue now?
We only call for the police to do proper investigation on this.
So when you say the bullying resulted around the death, the empirical facts on what caused the death is in the autopsy report you submitted.
Well,
I've read the autopsy report in full.
Okay.
There was no trauma or assault to the body as cause of death in the autopsy report. In fact, I think the father went to do a toxicological report in America. Well, what they saw was the presence of an antihistamine and so a couple of other things that they are used on him. So it wasn't a body blow, it wasn't a trauma blow and everything. Based on the same autopsy report that you people brought forward, I don't know the outcomes of the toxicology reports.
Well,
maybe all of that is still on.
Toxicology, the autopsy that was initially done, nothing could be could be nailed there to. Then they carry out an autopsy, which we were told was done in America. Even before now, let me say this, at the end of the toxicology, the pathologist that came to the last inquest made a statement that cause of death could not be ascertained. Yeah. So having said that, even before death, we have been a bit doubtful of what the result could be because of certain circumstances that we could highlight.
What are those circumstances?
Fine. The exhumation.
And do you suspect foul play in all of this?
Well, the public suspect it, and do you
suspect foul play? Father Mohbad, do you?
I wasn't pleased with the results. Because there's a lot of delay concerning that because
the exhumation was done on the 23rd of September, on the 21st of September, and samples were said to be taken by the report that we have. Samples were taken on the 23rd, and toxicology normally takes 8 to 10 weeks because we have contacted various laboratories and we were made to understand that when toxicology, the duration of toxicology test in this particular case could take like 8 to 10 weeks. So we never heard anything. After that September, the government, the police, the medical center of Lagos, they kept mute. We didn't hear anything. Not until when this man took it upon himself that, well, I need a voice. He had to go to Abuja. There is a human rights radio TV station, R3ãCT radio station. So he went there, he narrated and sought for an assistance that please save me. They killed my boy and Lagos State government.
Who are the they?
Yeah.
Who are the they?
You know, when the death is not natural, that's where we can say that because.
So you suspect foul play?
I'm sorry, Brother Lati, before you say anything, a round of applause for Mr. Grexy first because he really tried.
And this is where we have to call attention of our Kabiyesi. Not to disrespect you, sir. With due respect, sir. Not to disrespect you. Sherry kò sí bá a ṣe lè ṣe kíni. Bá a ṣe lè sọ pa need the justice tí orúkọ yín tí òfin ní máa yọ. I will just advise you, sir. Tẹ́ bá lè wá way tí àwọn lawyers yín Sherry by arresting people kọ́ ló máa clear orúkọ yín, sir. Tí ẹ bá lè ṣe kíni, tí ẹ bá lè pé àwọn lawyer yín kí wọ́n touch necessary place. Kí wọ́n touch ibi tó yẹ kí wọ́n touch. By arresting people, sir. Ó tún cause more damage ní, sir. With due respect, sir. By arresting people, ó tún cause more damages. Ẹ wò ń sìn wọ́n tún lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn. Níbi tẹ́ ti mú àwọn kan tó ń dárúkọ yín. Ẹ wò ń sìn orúkọ yín tún jáde kò sí bọ́n ṣe lè ṣe. Kò sí bọ́n ṣe lè ṣe. Kò sí bọ́n ṣe lè bypass ẹ̀ kì í ṣe pé a fi disrespect yín. A fi disrespect yín Kábíyèsí kẹ́pẹ́. A fi disrespect yín but láti fi lè jẹ́ kó lè jẹ́ kárọ́ náà lọ. Nígbà tẹ́ ẹ ti sọ pé ẹ ní ká má wá justice. Bí ẹ tẹ́ wá dúró orúkọ èmi kọ́ ni mo sọ ń sìn. Ẹ wò ń sìn. Ẹ wò èmi kọ́ ni mo sọ o. Èmi kọ́ ni mo sọ o. Ní Arise TV ni wọ́n ti sọ. Ẹ̀yin náà tún wò. Orúkọ yín tún jáde ńbẹ̀. Nǹkan tó ń fa ilé ènìyàn Kábíyèsí ẹjọ́ sà. Kẹ́ pẹ́ fún wa Kábíyèsí. Ẹ ní fọjọ́ ọlọ́jọ́ lọ.
Yeah, it's not natural. I saw him 3 days to the death.
For this lásán, nǹkan tí dàrú Gòrẹ́sì ṣe, nǹkan náà fáǹsì mi ti sọ pé wọ́n ti pa láṣẹ pé kí n fún Gòrẹ́sì for standing with Baba, for being in that studio with Baba, wípé táwọn ọ̀dẹ́gbọ̀n comment bí Perry ṣe appreciate Gòrẹ́sì, wọ́n ní kí n fún Gòrẹ́sì ní 50,000. Wọ́n ní kí n fún Gòrẹ́sì ní 50,000. What do you say?
Thank you much. God will replenish your pocket. Or you only consider. Only careful only. Glamour B said 100K. Sorry, Glamour B, you said 100K. Have you sent the money already? Or you just want to send the money? I'm sure
I should go. No, mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹni tó fún wọn lówó ni. Àwọn yẹn á máa ròkè o.
Anyway, Glamour B, if you want to send the money, send it to Badal Latif's account. Thank you so much. So let's move on.
He was playing at the second day. He had a show at Ikorodu here. So even when I entered his room, I saw a cloth soaked with blood. So yes, sir.
Look, in the case of homicide, where you suspect foul play, you have the right, as a concerned party, to go to court. Have you taken any step to sue specific persons to court?
God bless you. Perry, ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tí àbá ti sọ mẹ́ẹ̀. Nǹkan tẹ́mi gan sọ ń bì báyìí tó yẹ káwọn legal team kan ti ṣe. Sórí ẹjọ́ petition yẹn Mohbad ti perfect ẹ̀, ó ti ṣe sílẹ̀. Kóòtù kọ́kàn gbéra wọn lọ kóòtù kò ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ social network. Ìyẹn ló fa embarrassment sí wa. Tó bá yẹ pé ìyẹn ni gbogbo legal team kan put pressure wọn, kó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ìyẹn ni wọ́n hammer. Kò kan ẹjọ́ yẹn kò kàn wá lórí social network. Ó yẹ kó ti lọ máa drag, kó ti lọ máa yaṣọ mọ́ra wọn lọ́rùn nílé ẹjọ́. I always say it. Àwọn ẹlòmíì ló pé bóyá èròjà ń báyàn ni. No. Mohbad ti ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn sílẹ̀, ó ti perfect yẹ. Wọ́n ti signature, wọ́n stamp ẹ̀, original stamp. Wàhálà original ni petition yẹn ó ṣe original ju autopsy result lọ. Má bínú ó dọ̀jọ́, má bínú kí n tó gbàgbé. Fine. Petition Mohbad yẹn ó ṣe original ju toxicology result tó fún wa lọ.
Mr. Lati, it's not in Kotabati sọ ní pé homicide case ni. It's not about the petition tó wà nílẹ̀ ní pé
kọ́sùn ìtọ́ ní kẹ́mi má bínú ọ̀rọ̀ àgbàgbọ́ ọ̀tọ̀ ní.
2017 nǹkan tí bàbá ti ń try láti sọ ni wípé nǹkan tí Mohbad ti perfect sílẹ̀ yẹn ó better ju result toxicology tí à ń.
Okay, ẹ bá gbọ́ nígbà tó mú àwọn arífáǹsì wọ́n gbé wọn lọ court ṣèbí petition náà fi gbé àwọn arífáǹsì lọ court petition yẹn náà kàn náà máa fi gbé ẹni tó orúkọ wà ń bẹ gbogbo àwọn tó wà ń bẹ kan sọmọ wọn sí court.
Ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún host.
Olórí ẹbí ẹ kásán ẹjọ Ọlọ́run lè palaka yìí Ọlọ́run ò ní palaka yìí mi ti ń fọ́lọ́ yín tó ti pẹ́ inú mi dùn pé aláàmì kí n wá sórí láìfì yìí láká yìí Ọlọ́run nípa gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ tó wà tó stand for justice for Mohbad Ọlọ́run ní fi ọmọ wọn rọ́pò Ọlọ́run ní fọmọ wọn rọ́pò justice for Mohbad yìí gbogbo ibi tínú wọn ti ń dùn inú wọn ò ní bàjẹ́ gbogbo àwọn tó dẹ̀ dúró pé wọ́n máa lọlẹ̀ Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kán lọlẹ̀ síwájú everybody wọn ni ṣe rí ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́sán yìí ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ pé Ọlọ́run nípa làkà yìí nígbà tí Mohbad tó kọ petition wọn ò rí èèyàn kankan mú. But now nísìnyí tó wá competition against àwọn tó ń stand fún justice for Mohbad ìgbà yẹn làwọn ọlọ́pàá náà wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ kọ́tẹ́ máa fi cover ọ̀rọ̀ yìí gbogbo àwa tá stand fún justice for Mohbad we are just like a David àwọn tí à ń face they are just like Goliath but bí Ọlọ́run ṣe jẹ́ kí Goliath tó ṣe mú Goliath balẹ̀ níwájú David bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́lọ́run ṣe máa mú wọn balẹ̀ àdúrà ni mo gbà gbogbo ibi tó bá ní agbára sí tó ní ipò sí Ọlọ́run á gba ìlú wọn. They are just like Goliath but bí Ọlọ́run ṣe jẹ́.
Ẹ bá a mute. All right. So ẹ jẹ́ àwọn àbálọ́ náà.
Accuse them. They have complicity in the murder of your son. That's number one.
Nígbà tí wọ́n mú àwọn arífáǹsì petition ni tó bá rí petition wọn lè gbé wọn lọ court wọ́n ní láti lọ file petition but Mohbad ó ti ṣe petition ilé ìlókù nǹkan tó fi mú tó kọ petition ó fẹ́ ṣẹjọ́ ni the next thing ó yẹ kọ́lọ́pàá sọ́mọ̀ wọn sí court lágbájá kí ló tẹ̀ ń bulẹ̀ ọmọ yìí kí ló tẹ̀ ń lé ẹjọ́ tó ọ̀bà lọ́rùn ẹjọ́ kóòtù nìyẹn ìyẹn gan autopsy tó gbé ọ̀rí tẹ bá rí petition yẹn ẹ rí pé stamp ó gèdègbè gàdàgbà ń bẹ ìyẹn mo respect petition yẹn ju autopsy result tó ń lọ fún yín lọ mo respect yẹn ju toxicology result tó lọ múlẹ̀ lọ. Because one weapon láti fi jà kì í ṣe kò kọ́ blogger. So ti blogger ní ká wá máa wò ta ló wà nulẹ̀ 24 hours after the death of Mohbad. Ìyẹn ló kàn àwa o.
But Alasi, one competition against Arifa Veron or any other person, fine. But they didn't arrest them. One kidnap one, one sort of arrest them alone because
that part Nigeria pattern. I want to can't arrest me.
If I write petition to against you, if you write petition against somebody, you have to write that person.
Kidnap tó sọ yẹn ẹ ta la fẹ́ rojọ́ yẹn fún pé wọ́n kidnap wọn.
No, ni kò tí mo ṣe láti sọ náà ni pé ká làájá ni all the sort of arrest more law we all agree to that. But the petition, the back of petition against you, Emma invited just like the petition Mohbad wrote against some people, and they invited one of them. Abi
Torí ní tí kí kéèsì petition yẹn lè ṣiṣẹ́ tẹ́ bá fẹ́ lose petition yẹn ìtòrí èmi máa já ọ̀rọ̀ petition yẹn sílẹ̀ nínú iṣẹ́ tèmi ń ṣe. Are you getting me? Máa jálẹ̀. Torí bí petition yẹn ṣe lè ṣiṣẹ́ tí bàbá Mohbad bá lè lọ put pressure kó jẹ́ yẹn ni wọ́n invest owó lé ayé wọn lé lórí kó máa ṣẹjọ́ yẹn lọ kó tó di pé wọ́n mú wọn báyìí again.
Yes, that is the real thing. That is the truth. Honestly. And they are looking for a way to silence everybody. That is why they are writing petition and they are started picking everyone.
Petition yẹn ló kó bá wọn tí wọ́n mú. Àwọn èèyàn ti máa pè fóònù mi. Am I making any sense? You comment section. Am I making any sense? Comment. Am I making any sense?
Yeah, you are making sense. I agree.
You are making sense. You are making sense. Honestly speaking.
Ó ní the help public láti push petition yẹn báyìí ni. Because petition yẹn ni wọ́n fi mú àwọn ni wọ́n fẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀. So Mohbad dẹ̀ ti perfect iṣẹ́ yẹn sílẹ̀. Ready to go níṣẹ́ yẹn. Bá a ṣe ń wá justice eléyìí wọ́n lè máa drag wọ́n lè máa ṣẹjọ́ yẹn tọ́rọ̀ ọba gan máa kó lórí social network ọ̀rọ̀ ọba gan ò ní sí lórí social network wọn ò ní mọ̀ bóyá ń ṣẹjọ́ lábẹ́lẹ̀ àwa dẹ̀ máa drag eléyìí lọ.
Àwọn aráàlú tí wàá gbé jáde ń sìn yìí báyìí sọ pé àǹdarọ̀ kan sí yìí tá aráàlú tí wàá gbé jáde fún wa nǹkan báyìí.
Àwọn aráàlú àwa náà máa fi ṣe scapegoat.
No, ó yẹ kó competition fáwọn aráàlú náà ó yẹ kó kọ́. Ṣé bó fẹ́ silent yín ni? Wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ láyé ń gbọ́ jù.
Pé wọ́n tún lọ sí Arise TV gan, ara máa tún kọ wọ́n ni, àwa náà máa backfire lé lórí.
Láti ti ń kan látàrọ̀ torí dáwà gọ̀gù tí ó ti ń ṣe analysis òfò láàárọ̀ yìí.
Thank you very much. Pé bàbá yìí tún jáde ó tún lọ sí Arise TV. Ara wọn tún ti dá wà lálẹ́, àwa aládẹ ń gba hit ẹ̀, àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ tó wà nù bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń gba hit ẹ̀.
And again, Mr. Lati, mi fẹ́ sọ kankan fún yín. Mi fẹ́ sọ kankan fún yín. Ṣé ráhùn people they have tentacles. They are trying to turn everybody against each other. I want justice for Mohbad. They are trying to turn everybody against each other. So I will advise everyone to be very very careful. On a point. So àwọn people yìí and kìíní kan ẹ má wo pé èmi that's how I think. Ìgbà mi wà spiritual wà tó yẹ pé wọ́n máa lo spiritual pé ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́yàn wá sọ èèyàn kan máa go against it. So tẹ́ bá ń fight is physical ẹ máa fight is spiritual as well because those people their leg is very long. I can tell you that.
All right, I got to fast forward.
One. Number two, you have still not responded to the question I raised about DNA and your issue with the wife of your son. So are you still going to pursue that? Where are we with that?
So ìkíní yẹn ló wà lọ lead ló ń jẹ́ káwọn anti-justice kínú wọn máa dùn wípé wọ́n arrest àwọn èèyàn wa. Ǹjẹ́ làwọn fi ń rò pé àwọn lead.
But in all this case, ọlọ́pàá náà ni ò help wa nínú case yìí. Because
ọlọ́pàá ń ṣiṣẹ́ against justice yìí ni.
Exactly, because when they arrest Darisha gan bóyá ló lo top petition ẹ̀ ṣó lo 1 hour gan níbẹ̀. Àwọn invite òun bọ́ sáwọn.
Tó bá jẹ́ pé bọ́ ṣe ti Darisha yẹn náà ṣe gbogbo àwọn èèyàn.
Exactly.
Àwọn follow law.
That is where I'm going to, but you're not doing that.
Tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n tètè jára mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ petition yìí ni nígbà tí Mohbad wà láyé ọmọ yẹn lè má kú. At least wọ́n ti bá wọn sort it out. So ti yé yín wọ́n á ti pé bá wọ́n ti pàwó wọ́n á ti pẹ̀tọ̀ sí wọn nínú.
Sister mi yé Tunde kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ pè because wọ́n pe Mohbad náà nígbà yẹn Mohbad according to what we heard Mr. Larry was invited and Mohbad was invited Mohbad so please mute. Thank you so much. According to the petition Mohbad wrote, they invited one of them, which is Sam Larry, and they invited Mohbad too. But because Sam Larry was there, Mohbad only lost the bet.
No one way Mohbad go and confront his Sam Larry.
Because also more the kind of person he is and the kind of person the police are supporting. So our petition they should have addressed this for a very long time. But one more continuation to address it. Address it, no, what the deed has been done. Another person will do it.
So she ti rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ petition yẹn tá bá lè avoid ẹ̀ ká wá face reality because I think you track gbogbo ta ló pa Mohbad wọ́n ti dàrú mọ́ wa lójú wọ́n ti dàrú ìtorí ẹni complainant ṣe fẹ́ máa di accused. Am I making any sense at all?
Yes.
You are making sense.
And then number 3, you have not responded to the question I asked because you were talking about Yoruba tradition. Yoruba tradition. People are worried about your attitude as a Yoruba father. I don't know where you are going to start from. They said you were wearing your son's clothes.
Let me answer that.
They said you were trying to also...
Abati.
Can you imagine?
Abati.
Only bere, boy bere yeda. Baba de ti clear nibe. Bo she bere yeda. Baba ti clear.
Eri Abati gan, ó lè jọ gbéṣẹ́ fún ni. Honestly.
No. That is R3ãCT TV.
Oh.
Because
No, I know Abati very well.
The question tó wà lórí títì ni ó sọ síta yìí.
Abati.
Sherry man to the bow tie.
Abati was straight. Honestly, Abati was biased.
Oh yeah.
This music, a song. You two all suddenly became a singer with a promoter saying that you are a musician too. So these 3 major issues: DNA, your attitude as a Yoruba father, and then whether you have taken any steps to sue the people you are accusing of homicide.
Thank you.
I did not have any bad mind with anyone. Let me start with the clothes. When my son was alive, we normally buy clothes. When you buy clothes, you buy it money. Since when he died, I never enter his house for anything. There's nothing like wearing his son clothes. I want this out of it. There's nothing like that. So concerning the DNA aspect, a lot of things have.
Baba ti ń gbọ́. Baba ti ń gbọ́.
Ọlọ́run ṣé bàbá látẹ̀wọ́.
Ẹ mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run ní agbára. Ọlọ́run máa ń fi òpè, ó máa fi ń dààmú ọlọ́gbọ́n gbà mí.
Nígbà tí mo bá dìkú, tí ó bá ṣe pé ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú àti inú tẹ̀ ń bí mi lára, ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú àti justice yìí. Ṣé lẹ́yìn tí mo bá dìkú, ṣé bàbá fẹsẹ̀ dé ilé yẹn, ṣó tẹ inú ilé yẹn?
Ó sú mi o.
Ẹ̀dẹ̀ wá sọ pé wọ́n wọ́ ṣọ́mú ẹ̀dẹ̀ níbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run kọ̀ọ̀kan.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló sọ pé kí ni wọ́n sọ nípa bàbá yẹn tán?
Journalists have to ask that kind of question because in tó ń gbé kiri nìyẹn. Ó dé ìdábọ̀ ṣe béèrè so everybody will listen. Ẹ má blame àwọn journalists, that is the journalist job.
No, sister,
because wọ́n sọ pé bàbá Mohbad, wọ́n ní bàbá Mohbad property ló ń jà fún. That is why Abati throw that question so he can clear himself.
We are not blaming them, sister. So they don't get it wrong. We are not blaming them.
That man beside me said Abati wa bias. You don't say that.
Yes, I listened to his interview. Not only this, I know him very well.
And
I can say it anywhere. I know him very well.
Oh yeah, just fast forward.
Baba ti clear one ibẹ̀ yẹn, ó yẹ ja máa gbọ́.
The thing to me that make me doubt the plans now. One of his closer friend, said the fight on that day they go to show. The complaint my son was complaining is the pattern is not that boy. That he was doubting that boy.
Ṣé mọ̀ pé bàbá Mohbad gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí níbẹ̀rẹ̀? Wọ́n ṣe ń sọ ń sìn ni o. nítorí ìgbà tí wọ́n ṣe establish ẹ̀ ló jẹ́ kí bàbá Mohbad kò sínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ pé ọmọ ọ̀rẹ́ Mohbad kan sọ ẹ ti gẹ́ẹ̀tì kan tí mo mean.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
wọ́n ṣe wá confront nígbà tó ti wà establish sí public.
Exactly.
wọ́n ṣe wá sọmọ ọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ṣe wá sẹ́ kankan.
Even ọ̀rọ̀ placenta gan ṣe bàbá gan mọ nǹkan kan Wunmi náà ló tún padà sọ síta.
òun náà ló tún padà táṣìíra rẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
yes ọlọ́run fún bàbá rẹ̀ ní wisdom.
When we started something on Corona, she mentioned that simply because the placenta was not given to me, and those are the angles that make me say, okay, that means the placenta,
the placenta will go to the father of the child.
Yes,
it's not to the grandfather.
You know, in Ireland,
So you see why I said Abati was biased also here. I'm also confirming it, sir. Ma, he is biased. Even with the way he questions Baba, you can hear from his sound, from the sound of, from the tone of his questions, his voice.
God bless you.
It's a bit,
God bless you.
please, really. And that's not fair.
And that's
yes, ma'am.
Mr. Lati, and that man, I'm not sure.
Abati, Mr. Lati, Abati, politician Abati, Abati. He was the former deputy governor of Ogun State.
Yes, it's true. Yes.
They are PDP.
ẹ rántí pé mo máa ń sọ lórí kan nìyí kó tó di pé bàbá Mohbad sọ síta nípa placenta ẹ pé Wunmi ló kó bá rẹ̀ lórí DNA ní bàbá mú ẹ máa gbọ́.
Ọlọ́sùn jára.
ẹ máa gbọ́ ẹ rántí pé mo máa ń sọ pé lórí ẹ bá mute ẹjọ́ ẹ rántí pé mo máa ń sọ lórí ìkànnì pé Wunmi ló kó bá ara ẹ̀ lórí placenta. Bàbá Mohbad ò hámà lórí DNA test báyìí because ìwọ ló wá lọ rán bàbá Mohbad létí lọ́jọ́ corona inquest. Ìwọ ló lọ rán bàbá Mohbad létí ló lọ sọ̀rọ̀ tó bá pé Wunmi ò sọ̀rọ̀ placenta ní ọjọ́ yẹn ni. Ní débi tá a dé yìí.
Báwo la ìfẹ́ débi báyìí?
Ní débi bẹ́ẹ̀ placenta yìí ló lọ fi reset brain ní bàbá Mohbad pé wàá gbá yìí.
Ìsàlàtì Wunmi kọ́ ló sọ Ọlọ́run ló ti lẹ́nu jáde.
Pé wàá gbá yìí.
Ọlọ́run ló ti lẹ́nu jáde.
Ọmọ yóò máa fún mi placenta tó tọ́ mo máa béèrè tó tọ́ mo gbọ́ wọ́n ṣe reset brain ipe tó tọ́ mà tiẹ̀ ní ibi tí bàbá yẹn ti ń hámà pé kìíní yẹn wá tún jẹ́ kó rántí many things.
Mo fẹ́ bèrè kankan ṣé Abati is he a Yoruba man?
He is not.
Thank you.
Bẹ́ndẹ̀ Ìbò ni. That's not why I said.
It doesn't matter pé yóò jẹ́ kó tó lè dé.
Ẹ má bínú bọ̀dà láti ṣe culture wa ó yàtọ̀ síra wọn. That's more reason why I said the reason why tó ṣe ń hammer lórí placenta yẹn mọ bó ṣe ń ṣe lọ́dọ̀ títí wọn.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Ṣé nǹkan tí mo sọ ṣó yé yín? Téèyàn bá child ọmọ ẹ bàbá ọkọ ẹ ló máa gbé placenta fún àwọn family ọkọ ló máa gbé placenta fún and Mohbad was about to do that.
Hold on. Wọ́n ní Abati òun náà ń confam bí n sìn ọmọ Abẹ́òkúta làbàtì.
Really?
Exactly. Òun pẹ̀lú Rúfà ẹrù ṣé yóò ṣe ní àbí òun fi.
Àpèkẹ́ ẹjọ́ ẹ 1 minute ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ ẹja gbà kọ́ọ̀lù.
Tinubu ò lè lọ sí Arise, bàbá lọ sí Arise, mo fún bàbá ní credit.
Ẹ fún bàbá látọ̀ lẹ́yìn kan sí.
Bàbá lọ sí lọ́kọ̀ ìpọ́tà Arise ìlọ́lẹ̀. Tinubu Jọlá kò lè lọ sí Arise tìbí. Ó sá fáwọn Àbàtì àti Ruben whatever tó ń jẹ́ ni. Bàbá dẹ̀ lọ́bẹ̀. Rufai, bàbá dẹ̀ ṣe dáadáa. Mo fún bàbá ní credit. Wọ́n ò fún bàbá ní mínítì tó ní. Bàbá sọ̀rọ̀, èmi dẹ̀ wà impressed bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe sọ̀rọ̀. Èmi ò rí mistake bàbá. Tinubu kó wá try ẹ̀ wò. Odidi president já fún Arise. Bàbá dẹ̀ kọ́ bẹ̀. Bàbá yẹn.
Because Abati is the personal spokesperson for Jonathan Goodluck. When Jonathan Goodluck was president.
Bára sí ṣé mo kọ́ sí bàbá fẹ́ ṣe nígbà tó ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ question lọ́wọ́ bàbá ṣé mo bí bàbá ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ kẹtẹ yẹn bàbá fẹ́ mú láti bẹ̀rẹ̀.
pẹpata látàárọ̀ ẹ má gbọ́ kúrò pátá po.
Bára sí o bàbá fẹ́ mú láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o Ọlọ́run ọba ń gbọ́.
ẹ kàn máa gbá screen bẹ́ẹ̀ gbé fóònù yẹn dání ẹ kàn máa gbá screen.
Bàbá fẹ́ mú láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o.
Wọ́n fẹ́ rí wá ní wọ́n fẹ́ rí láti bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Bàbá dá mọ́ bàbá lẹ́nu bàbá fẹ́ mú láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní pé ẹ̀yin kẹ́ bàbá gan bọ̀ in fact I'm so proud of you Mr. Loba honestly inú mi ń dùn láàárọ̀ ibi iṣẹ́ ń wo kinní yẹn.
Mr. Lati, tó bá jọ jẹ́ kí Rufai Oseni ask question. Ẹ rí pé bẹ̀yẹn máa bomb.
Bàbá òde parọ́ láti jọ ìjọ nǹkan tí.
Nítorí ẹ̀ ní àbàtí fi take over gan ju Oseni lọ. Oseni máa sọ nǹkan síta gan.
Now you're see.
And I say, okay, we are. This, I mean, the street is not just like 3 bus stop. I'm expecting you to bring the placenta. It was few minutes. Okay, and I'm calling. What is?
ọ̀rọ̀ tí Wunmi sọ́jọ́ yẹn ló wá jẹ́ kí bàbá Mohbad rántí story. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ yẹn ló wá jẹ́ ní corona inquest. Òun ló reset brain bàbá Mohbad ló fi rántí story yẹn. Story placenta ìyẹn mi pé ńgbà tí wọ́n bí Liam, wọ́n ti argue placenta yẹn náà. Wọ́n ti argue lórí ẹ̀ pé bá ń gbé mi gbé fún yín, bá ń gbé mi ò gbé fún yín. Òun ló jẹ́ kí bàbá Mohbad rántí story yẹn. If not, wọn bá má rántí.
The placenta, like you said, the placenta have been given to my mother. You know, yeah, that is it.
No, the person who buries the placenta is the owner of the child.
That is it.
So in-laws don't bury placenta. They will give the placenta to the father.
I'm trying to say the placenta was not given to him.
So move the placenta away.
That's the question.
Okay. So,
No, he has not finished. Okay. He has not finished. So this placenta issue, yeah, the other one about you also singing and
that singing aspect, I'm a musician, but many doesn't know. I taught him how to sing, Mohbad, because I'm a carpenter. I'm a musician. We normally sing whenever we are doing our carpentry work.
Are you suing anybody? Have you sued?
No, nobody.
Ṣé ti gbọ́ nǹkan tí bàbá Mohbad need ní ìsìn nìyẹn. Ẹ gbọ́ chemical bàbá Mohbad ní láti sue. Kì í ṣe show káwọn máa ṣe show ni wọ́n ní láti sue petition yẹn. Ìyẹn ló lè kó lọ́rùn títí wa kò ní kó bá because ọba ò ní ká má gba justice. Ọba ní ẹ̀ ń dárúkọ òun lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó dùn jẹ́ ọba ní ẹ̀ ń dárúkọ.
Bro, let me believe the question to my very last question was kind of very vital. Said, have you sued anybody? By now, I believe my own money and we are going to sue. By now,
But I go continue Baba Mohbad first. No.
but I believe we are going to sue. Is it going to sue me or going to sue? I want to reach out to one lane. We have 15 people at home. Not just continue and say, not to sue. Not 15.
Respond Baba. Baba can listen. Respond Baba.
So, by singing after his death, that is the only way I can explain my feelings.
Okay, so you've always been a musician before.
Yes.
So a lot of people are saying, why was it after his death that you wanted to capitalize on the fame after his death? Why didn't you? I mean, it will have been good for you, the father and son, Mohbad and Mohbad's father, to release a collaboration.
Yes, we have something like that.
Oh, you have it?
We have something like that, but in his own way, he just said, Daddy, let me remove your voice. There was a song that he rendered, said, I will exalt you, Lord. I compose it.
So you and Mohbad had signed together?
Yes.
Secondly, let me get down to brass tacks regards to DNA matter.
Okay.
Have you guys been able to be successful in doing the DNA test? What will it take to do that DNA test? Do you have DNA swabs of Mohbad? It's already passed now to be able to also get the swabs of the child that just supposed to be.
The government has really done us a kind of has given us that opportunity, which could lapse anytime. The body is still under corona, and body under corona, at least nobody could have access to.
So when are you guys going to be able to take Liam's swab and continue the DNA?
The thing is this. To have access to the courts, we need a court order. So an application has been made to the court since February. No sitting, not assigned to any judge. It has just been there.
What's the substance of the application?
The substance of the application is carried out the DNA.
You are still insisting on the DNA?
Yes.
And of course,
Is someone...
No, insisting. Shall I question?
Yes, we are okay.
That's the best question anyway. That's the best question.
Ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tí Oseni tó sọ àti nǹkan tí Abati sọ èwo ló wà ẹ rí pé Abati wà bias. Oseni sọ pé báwo náà ṣe fẹ́ carry out a DNA test yẹn ó ń fún wọn ní inspiration láti jẹ́ kó carry out. Abati sọ pé ó ṣe insist. What question is that?
Torí ẹ̀ mo ṣe sọ pé kẹ́ ìgbòdélẹ̀ ẹ rí pé wà bias. Èmi tí mo ṣe kẹ́ ìgbòdélẹ̀ tí mo kọ́ tí ń sọ.
All right.
Wunmi agreeing to the DNA?
He's not agreeing. That's why she even made a request that she needed a court order.
The DNA cannot be determined by placenta. That's Yoruba tradition.
No. It's a different thing. What gave Baba the suspicion? There's a friend of Mohbad that they went to the show together. When he was giving his narrative at the inquest, he said, while they were coming on the way, that Mohbad said, I only slept with you once and you came back to tell me you were pregnant.
Biologically, you sleep with a woman. That one is not implicated. You sleep with a woman once, she can.
I understand you. There's a fact from there. Now, another one is this. When he told the father, look, but the man has never had any thought on the placenta. She came to the Corona court and said, since I refused Baba the placenta, that's when she
let's remove the placenta. Okay. That's culturally. You want.
Wọn lè lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn mọ́ nígbà tí Grace ti sọ fún wọn wípé nígbà tó dé kóòtù òun ló sọ̀rọ̀ placenta ẹni pé wọn lè lọ bẹ̀ yẹn mọ́ ló sọ pé let's move on.
To get a court order to be able to get to do a DNA, right? That's what you want. Those are your requests. Secondly, what about his property as we speak?
The property is for now I did not have any access to it.
What about the talk that you are fighting her because of his property?
Oh, so that's capital. No, I didn't have that's not.
So you never made any move
at all.
So why you're keen on this DNA? Is it because of the property or because you want to know the truth?
It's because I want to know the truth.
Not because of the property.
No.
In a case where whatever happens in it.
Wunmi ṣe ti gbọ́ o. Orí ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú aláyé bàjẹ́ àyè aláyé kò.
Láti ṣe ti rí nǹkan tí Rufai ṣe ní try láti sọ. Ó send the message to the public. Pé nǹkan báyìí ló wọ́n ṣe béèrè and àwọn ti béèrè lọ́wọ́ oníǹkan.
Ṣé rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ Hussaini bíi solution lòun bá bàbá sọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ Abati go against ni Abati.
Other way round. God bless you.
Rufai
pity fún bàbá yẹn.
Yes.
No. Kò ṣe part of pity bọ́dá láti. No, kò ṣe pity.
No, pity nìkan mo fẹ́ lò. Ṣé pity ló yẹ lò ni?
Pity kan lè fẹ́ lò.
Mo believe insight.
It's not biased, thank you. I'm not going to point Baba. Who biased? It's not biased. Or don't so or don't straight to me.
Gbogbo question tó béèrè ó favor Baba.
Because say no wà bias. Abati ó wà bias. I will stand on my feet. Abati ó wà bias. Ó ń fún Baba ní insight ni.
Journalist will be a journalist. Abati is a politician. Abati has been to prison. Let me tell you something. We have to be careful because Baba Mohbad is still going to different interview. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó lo nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí kó fi block àwọn interview kan ìjọ nítorí Ọlọ́run. I know, but you should not say someone is biased. It's a journalist.
Any story.
No, that one said a valid point. That was a valid point. That was a valid point. It's true. That was a valid point. Am I because they come and love my feet discharge Baba? True. That was a valid point. Okay.
Hello, brother Latifah.
Hello, ma.
At the platform, I could share with you, so I'm not to everybody. And you also concerning interview, Loba Ejo, and my carry the unnecessary name to it, Ejo, because you have to understand the interview was viewed all over the world, not Nigeria alone. So, I might deliberate too much on it, or come and read the Katomi and because you mean. If you told my Lord, yeah, somewhere else, Ejo, to your long.
All right, I should go.
DNA. Would you still ensure that Wunmi is taking care of Mohbad's wife while he was alive?
In that case, it did not have any, what do you call it? Their marriage was just.
Were they legally married?
No.
There was no legally binding marriage.
It was a traditional marriage.
It was a traditional marriage.
Yes.
Which was a customary marriage. Just as valid as any other form of marriage.
No matter the form of marriage is, no matter the marriage, whatever happens.
Sir.
Hello.
Ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ hello.
Mo fẹ́ contribute sórí ọ̀rọ̀ discussion ọ̀rọ̀ Dr. Abatati Rufai yẹn. If you are an ardent follower of their program, èèyàn kan máa gbé ní líle, èèyàn kan máa gbé ní rírọ̀. And And I think Baba missed it out in the question of, have you sued some people? Question tí wọ́n bàbá léèrè ni wípé irú àwọn Darosha, àwọn àdúrà, and which was on ground. Baba also let them know that there's a case tí wọ́n institute against our people here. Káwọn ọlọ́pàá, they are not working on it. Question tí bàbá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ bàbá nìyẹn. All right.
Thank you, caller. That is it. It's not about the petition. If it's about the homicide case in the house.
That was correct. Valid point.
DNA, why is it existing? It's just because of motive.
Okay, so you want your DNA, number one, and you still feel that the circumstances around his death is shrouded in a lot of misery.
Yes.
So you want to go to court as regards that?
And applied for private court.
So you want a private court. So 3 requests. Thank you so much. I think we got to
Well, the official autopsy already says, given the time.
I'm not satisfied. Looking at the circumstances, because we even verified from the lab in US, NMS, Pennsylvania, they said they never received any sample of such name.
Okay. So it's still a developing story.
A developing story.
As a father, are you not worried that the spirit of your son has not been properly laid to rest?
I'll be worried. And what's exactly that delaying me now? I want the facts to know the cause of the death and to know the patterns of the boy. That's it.
So if this matter goes on for the next 1 year, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, for me, because this, my son, before he died, there's a lot of things I review. He said, if I was killed by you, the audio is out. If you buy me, you cannot buy the whole of the family. So I'm standing for him to get the justice.
Okay. That's my vision. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Logan. Thank you, Mr. Obiwe.
Bàbá Sọ́ńbẹ̀ yẹn wí pé òun ti pé ọmọ òun sọ fún mi pé tó bá pa mí o lè pa àwọn family o. Who are the family? We are the family. So it means kò bá take you 2 years ní bàbá ń sọ fún yín yẹn. A ṣe ń lọ náà ni. Ẹ̀yin àti justice ṣe láti.
Yes.
Sharing interview yẹn Ọlọ́run those anti-justice.
Ẹ jẹ́ káwọn ẹjọ́ àwọn ẹjẹ́ káwọn fásitì. My lovely lady.
Because that interview really brings a lot of information out. That interview really brings a lot of information out. And that is what the public want to know. Because on Stone Baba left and right. And that is what Wunmi doesn't want anybody to know. Now, Wunmi, you are not a legal wife. You are in costume, native wife, traditional wife.
Customary in Nigerian law, I think it's still a legal.
It's not legal because until they didn't go to registry.
Yeah, but acknowledge traditional marriage, church marriage, and court marriage.
Listen, what acknowledge you? Yes, sir. Exactly. Koshe, Yagbo Baba no she.
Yagbo Baba she married.
Koshe married. That's what
introduction niye.
But Baba don't turn them on lower the engagement.
Introduction for his own property. It is not legal. Ṣé question táwọn people àwọn journalists méjèèjì bring out wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kí gbogbo the whole world mọ̀ pé bàbá ló ní right fún gbogbo nǹkan mú ẹ̀ at the moment.
Hello ma.
Hello uncle Lati, mo fẹ́ correct ẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ọmọ mi kàn sí TikTok fún mi tí ní enough láti máa join yín lórí platform. Mi mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí máa ṣe tẹ́ máa gbé mi sórí platform. Mo máa apply officially. Mo fẹ́ correct ẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn. Tó bá ṣe customary marriage. Cherry journalism ni mo study kí n tó wá lùi. Tó bá ṣe customary marriage, wọ́n máa lọ customary court. Wọ́n máa lọ certify ẹ̀, wọ́n máa fún wọn certificate. Tó bá jẹ́ pé kò ṣe while Mohbad was alive, then the marriage cannot stand. She cannot request anything. then church marriage cannot stand without a registry certificate. Church marriage is not accepted without a registry certificate. That registry certificate is the law of the state, is the law of the land, and that is what is binding. Until state you recognize me here.
But the same thing I just saw, the traditional one. Traditional one.
She cannot even be his next of kin.
Exactly.
Sorry, any other documented and stamped by the
same thing I just saw, the same thing you're saying.
Next of kin. But apart from that, it can't be. A church marriage cannot stand. That's why here in Europe, marriage, if you don't bring a registry certificate, church cannot wed you.
Same thing with US.
My Madam Caller, the same thing I'm saying. That is why I said the journalist trying to throw that question so the public will understand that they should not bash Mohbad's dad, that he has a right on his son's property. That is what I'm trying to point out.
Of course, he has a right. That's why I still need time to talk to Uncle Lassie. There are some things about our advice, Baba. There were questions. There were ways Baba was supposed to have answered those questions that he didn't. I know Abati was the kind of the attacking question, you know? He was attacking. While the other person was more like calming down. First and foremost, anybody talk about the interview, Baba. The literate level, Baba. The last question, Baba will answer it to my own satisfaction if I were questioning him. If I had run that interview because of the words they used, they should learn to bring words that this man can simply understand so that they don't implicate him in any answers he's given. So for next time, they must learn to let them know literate level, Baba. So please, let your English or Buresi can now translate it or bring it in a layman's language for Baba to understand. He has improved. He has improved even better than when he went to Berekete. He has really improved, but he still needs to do more. It's just like if it also talking to Baba, I mean, Baba was talking straight ahead. He said, yes, in a way, going to work with way. You won't be no way, but you don't show me to be a silly. They have fight the nigga. Come and take your trophy. So, people they have fight the nigga. That's number one. Then, number two, she came out to say that I know so many things, but the musical industry gods will not let me talk. That's number two. Number three, only Baba Egbeke people yet you go back me for follow show you so that's the person living with him that we say is his wife. So we even just have three actions. Baba go to your come yes, and then I want to wash property no after. This is the child that I brought up with my sweat, with all of the love I have. Showada. Can you see property? I have to monitor how they will even spend it, even if I don't have a cover of it. Even if I have to monitor how it will be spent. What is what the Baba said, and at the end of it, then show my shop, we won't take care of me. But in she did Abatilo was what Baba did not understand. Of course, Kilode, as the Yawo, Kilode, you take care of it. Any problem. Got to Sony Corona when we were 5 and 6. So she was somebody I liked like my own child. But I just want her, for clarity's sake, to do this DNA.
Hello, Mr.
Oh, you are too much. You are too much. Yes, you are too much.
Next week, I'm giving Baba just a picture. I'm not in Nigeria. Baba, African television, yes, who calling me as the Jolo.
All right.
So I know what I'm talking about. So all you need is to brush Baba up. I'm only tentative questions. And when those days, we need governor's office. Baba said, no, come on, governor from NTA, from any TV station. What's the man ahead of time? The questions are the
where am I going to watch it by Keba Sorabay?
Lè sọ gbogbo èèyàn okùn eléyìí tí mo ti sọ okùn nìkan ti pọ̀ jù.
Tó ti pọ̀ jù ó dàbọ̀.
Eléyìí tí mo sọ gan okùn lè ó ti pọ̀ jù ẹ mọ̀ pé wọ́n fi rẹ́kọ̀ tó bá ju òun sí wọ́n máa sílẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ wọn.
Let me say something. Mr. Lati, it's good to say it, but someone that's sitting on the hot seat will not be able to remember a lot of things. And I applaud Baba Mohbad for saying all those things that he said. He did well. I applaud him for that. It's good to say, because when someone, a footballer on the field, we are the one that shouting, oh, Kobadada. It's good to say it, but I want to ball. It's not easy for them. So, Bobo, in continuing Soyi, it's still the same thing. And Baba Mohbad doesn't have enough time to express everything, to answer all the questions. This is a TV channel. This is not social media. Thank you.
Then but try your point, sister, yesterday. Cherry,
line by line, no.
Because if anyone saying today something is right. But you, Mr. Grayson, you won't be a question about Baba. You know, if we can more suspect in the man, because you share Toffee Sope or one play Toffee Sope day, who are they? Monia, if Mr. Grayson should have said, even Wunmi said, you have find the nigger, but they cannot remember everything. Nigga Tolosibe. But at the same time, Baba really tried today. In fact, I was impressed.
Okay, Mr. Lati, what I will say in essence is that Baba, Ọlọ́run fún Baba ní wisdom, because kò easy Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kí iná ọmọ jó wa. Láti ìgbà tí Mohbad ti kú ni Baba yóò ti ní ìsinmi. Nothing pe Baba yẹn ní here and there, nothing threatening Baba náà. So for this interview, in fact, Baba really tried. It won't surprise me, because compared to ìgbà tó lọ fún Brekete, nígbà tó lọ fún Brekete yẹn, wọ́n wà somehow wọ́n flow dáadáa, but this time I was even afraid pé Koloma yẹ kí Baba kan flop, but Baba flop. Wọ́n try according to Ikoti Sister today and others.
And ẹ jẹ́ sáré deliver àṣẹ mi fún àǹfààní ẹ̀yin tẹ́ donate owó ó kéré àlùbáríkà ni, so tẹ́ donate owó fún ọmọ Kodulana mo mọ̀ lórí, mo appreciate gbogbo bá ṣe ń gbé wọn wá tẹ́ ń contribute àbùdí ntolóko àbùdí ntọ́lọ́sà Ọlọ́run àbùsàpò yín, so òun náà dẹ̀ send message òun.
Ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́, I'm so happy. Gbogbo ọkọ̀wọ́ tó dẹ̀ parapọ̀ tó dá owó ilé fún mi lágbára Ọlọ́run, ọ̀n ní dá owó kú fún yín, ọ̀n ní dá owó àrùn fún yín, ọ̀n ní dá owó bànújẹ́ fún yín o, ní agbára ti Ọlọ́run. Bí tẹ́tí mu tẹ́tí dájọ́ fún mi yìí kò ní tán bẹ́ẹ̀, torí omi òkun ń gbẹ, omi ọ̀sà ń gbẹ, kò ní gbẹ lọ́wọ́ yín, ó máa pọ̀ sí lọ́wọ́ yín ni o. Ajá wa yín rí,
accountability mi ni o.
Àlàáfíà wa yín, ikú á máa kébé fún yín, ẹ̀yà á máa kébé ẹyẹ fún yín, ọmọ èèyàn á máa fọhùn bí ọmọ èèyàn fún yín. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, iṣẹ́ yín kò ní dojú ìjà kọ yín, ọkọ̀ọba àdàbà kò ní ṣá yín lẹ́sẹ̀, ní agbára ti Ọlọ́run. Ìjọ á máa bíjó fún yín, ayọ̀ á máa báyọ̀ fún yín o. Ọmọ yín ò ní ogun àkóbá àdàbà, gbogbo ibi tọ́mọ yín bá ń dé báyìí, ojú Ọlọ́run báyìí lọ́mọ yín ló máa bá pàdé o. Ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ o, ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́. Mo wà bí màá lọ fi 100,000 yìí sí inú owó yìí, màá lọ fi balance landlord yẹn 100,000, màá fi 50,000 tó kù yìí màá fi ra àwọn gas, màá dẹ̀ fi àwọn food stuff kankan, màá ṣe máa sun orí táìsì yẹn náà.
Èyí ṣe accountability, ọmọ kò dín náà wá ń ṣe accountability, ó ti lọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Torí ẹ̀ mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́, ṣe é gbó náà ṣe accountability.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ṣé mo ṣeré àbí mi ṣeré?
Ẹ ṣeré.
Bóyá ìjẹ́ nìyẹn o.
So gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan tí mi sọ lọ.
Aniki, iṣẹ́ àná gan Aniki, mo really appreciate yín gan. Ẹ̀yin lẹ jẹ́ kíkiní yẹn lọ faster. Ẹ ṣé gan, mo really appreciate yín. Ojú òní tí wà lágbára Ọlọ́run. So now go on.
So gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan tí mi sọ lọ, ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà Ọlọ́run á bá wa dá sí, because mi tí gbọ́ rí tẹ́lẹ̀ tó yẹ pé ibi tí èèyàn bá kú, àwọn èèyàn tó wà ní surrounding, even ní àdúgbò yẹn, wọ́n máa arrest all of them. But bí tí inú ilé tí èèyàn ti kú, wọn kò sí account pé wọ́n arrest, wọ́n detail àwọn kan, wọ́n question wọn. It's very, in fact, ó wà hard. I don't know where we are going in Nigeria. Tó wá jẹ́ pé ẹni alágbára ó máa ṣe nǹkan á lọ scot-free, ẹni tó wọ́n mọ̀ pé mátà yìí pé ó lè débẹ̀, and mo tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé ó fún everybody tó jẹ́ justice for Mohbad, ó fún wọn ní spirit pé kọ́ máa go, spirit of moving on. Otherwise wọn ò believe pé ó máa dé stage báyìí, wọ́n believe pé for 2 months 3 months ó ti máa die down. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ máa fún everybody ní okun àtagbára ní area tó wọ́n pé financial area. Ọlọ́run á máa help, Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ máa a máa fi rọ́pò fún wa bí tàdé tí mu kò ní dí.
Thank you very much. Kem Kadi. Pinky. Game card. Oya Bello. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ọ̀nà ń wà wá. Wàá bá rí wa kí ló fẹ́ fi máa ṣe.